I don't know where I'm going. If only I had a map. Hi, I'm Stuart Whitmore. I'm an independent author, and this is my YouTube channel for talking about books and publishing and that sort of thing. I don't normally talk about personal news, but I do want to sort of explain the, 4 months that have passed since my last video. It's been a very challenging year, I'll just say that. My day job is very time-consuming, energy-consuming, and I usually don't have much left at the end of the week. So my weekends are spent catching up on the basics, doing laundry and dishes, and sleeping, and not making videos. So luckily, I have a new person working with me who is able to take some of the burden off, and I'm hoping that things will get better. So that's not book related, but it is related to my videos on this channel. Anyway, for this video, I want to talk about maps, because what is a good fantasy novel without a map? Which is funny, because I polled my newsletter subscribers a while back, asking about their thoughts on maps, and somebody actually said that they didn't like maps. Of course, I also get subscribers who will click every option in a poll. I don't know if they're just trying to mess with my statistics or something, but not like they matter. So I'm sorry if they're wasting time on some fruitless attempt at messing with me. But anyway, it would be odd to think of a map as being a bad thing in a fantasy series or a book, novel, standalone. Anyway, I have always enjoyed maps in other works, and of course in my own novels I wanted there to be maps. And I'm not much of a map maker, and I don't really have the budget yet for hiring a map maker. So even back when I was a teenage writer, I was creating maps for my stories, and I still do sketch them out. This is an example of one. I won't hold it up very long because it's not good art. But when it came time to start publishing some of my fantasy works, I wanted to be able to include a map, and I already had a hand-drawn map, which was not publication ready. So I thought, well, maybe I can hire somebody, but then I started looking at the cost of that. At the time, there was no way. I knew I would not be able to afford that. So the next best thing I thought would be to get mapping software, Campaign Cartographer, which I think is, especially based just on the name, I think it's really oriented toward, gameplay, Dungeons and Dragons or what have you. But I also thought, well, it can generate maps that would be usable in a book. And I say generate just meaning in terms of generating the file type, not like creating the map. Although, the software has tools to help with the creation, but it's still up to the person to do the creative work. And my map making skills still didn't allow much. So if you look at the map in the Chronicles of Madara series, for example, since that's all I have on the market right now, they're okay, but they're not great, and I know they're not great. So my hope is eventually to be able to pay someone who probably would still use I would like to find someone who uses Campaign Cartographer, so that I could have the map file to mess with after they create it, or after they take my sketch and convert it into a file. But I'm sure somebody who is more savvy with the tool can do a lot more than I was able to. I also have another fantasy series that I have not started publishing yet, and of course I have a map for that as well. But it's, I would like it to look better before I publish that series. I think it'd be kind of cool to define a world before I start writing it. Specify to my map designer, I want it to be on the coast, I want it to be like an island chain off the shore or whatever. Include a volcano, whatever. Which I don't think I've ever included a volcano in one of my stories, but it'd be cool to have a map before the story is written, and then to start writing stories within the world. Again, this requires having the budget for that, and I have not felt like I had that budget, certainly not from book earnings, and maybe now with my day job earnings being better, that might be more feasible. Anyway, I've probably babbled about maps enough. Leave a comment below about, my maps, if you had the displeasure of seeing them, or maybe tell me what books you found that have really good maps. I was always a fan of the Lord of the Rings maps. Singular, I guess. Anyway, stop babbling, right? So if you like my channel, please subscribe, hit like, all that good stuff that helps me with my writing career, ostensibly. Otherwise, I will see you next time, which hopefully will not be 4 months down the road.